So good evening, one and all. So today we are going to see about advanced Java programming language. You- So before we go into this webinar, we will like to give thanks to Queen's Mary's College Autonomous, and this program is conducted by Department of Computer Science, Computer Application, and today's webinar topic is Advanced Java Programming Language. Okay, so we will see about how we can use uh, advanced Java programming nowadays. Okay, so first I will give you some introduction. So introduction is all about uh, what is Java programming language and what are the ways we are using a Java, and after that I will give a little bit introduction to data types and flow controls, and then something about applets, these things and all. Then after that I will move on to the real-time execution, how the Java program is working. Okay, so this is what we are going to see in today's webinar. So before we are going to this webinar, I like to tell about Pantech e-learning, Pantech solutions. So we are started from origin of 2004 with 7 branches and 100 plus employees, and we are conducting the workshop for both students and faculty members. 1200 plus workshops still it's going on, and our main profit is nothing but research and development for industries project and faculty development programs and hands-on training for workshops, internships, in-plant training, then short-term courses, value-added courses, and then we are guiding for even more like academic projects also. So academic projects means we are looking for like ECE and EEE domains, and we are CSE and IT domains also. So ECE and EEE domains means like Internet of Things, IoT related projects like real-time using controllers and Arduinos and microcontrollers and all we are using, and real-time execution centers there, and then using artificial intelligence also, and then embedded system and robotics, VLSI, FPGA and TMS processor. So mostly VLSI domains we are covering. We are covering even internships also based upon VLSI domain. Image processing and OpenCV. This is one of the trending technology, OpenCV, Open Computer Vision, and network simulation, like we are using simulation like communication antennas related things and all, and then power electronics and electrical vehicle. Okay, so these are the area we are covering for EC and EEE domains. And if you take an CSE and IT domains, we are focusing on like big data, data analytics, and IoT, Internet of Things, then Python and Android Kotlin, and application development and data mining, image processing, text mining, cloud computing, mobile computing, and even more like machine learning and deep learning. Okay, so these are the area we are covering for CS and IT domains. So this is all about our Pantech e-learning. So if you need any projects related to your MTech or your major project means, you can contact us. We will provide you. And not only like these projects, we are covering for real-time projects also, like real-time research and development projects also. So if you need also, you can contact us. Okay, so that's it about introduction. So first of all, I like to give introduce about me. So I am Kamlesh. I am from Pantech e-learning. So today I am going to teach you how we can use advanced Java languages. okay, advanced Java language. So here I am giving some table of contents. So this is the contents I am taking in today's webinar. So the webinar is all about like introduction to computer language and Java language. That is, computer language means that is important. Why? Because we are developing the programs. Okay, we are developing the programs. It's based upon high level language only, but mission will be only a mission language, like only a zeros and ones. So we need to convert those languages. So about that, how we are doing, about those details, and Java programs. Okay, introduction to Java programs and primitive data types and Java control statements and methods. Okay, so these are the area we are covering in today's webinar. Okay, so this is the one by one we will see. Okay, and then we will. So first, introduction to computer language and Java language. Okay, so that is important, right? Introduction to computer language and Java language. So first of all, introduction to computer language. So computer language, you need to know what is that computer language means. It's nothing but, if you are normally we have different type of languages like C, C++, Python, Java, and some other different type of languages will be there. So those languages generally they will called as a high level programming language. Okay, so high level programming language is nothing but it will be understood by you and human. It will be understood by as a human beings only. Okay, so human being will be type the code. So that is high level language. Then we are converted those high level language into machine language. That is, machine language is nothing but zeros and ones. Okay, so how our PC, even if you take our PC, the PC is full of working with zeros and ones only, switches only. Okay, so if you are giving any task, it will be work based upon zeros and ones only. So we need to convert our high level language into the machine language. So between this we will use some compilers. For example, if you take a Java, we have a Java virtual machine and compilers separately we have. If you take a Python, we have a compiler for Python, and if you take a C, C++, each one have the separate compiler according to the high level language. Okay, so using those languages I will convert into an assembly language, and then I will convert it into a machine language. Okay, so this is what computer languages. So now let's see about our languages, that is how it's working. Okay, how it's translating the languages. So for example, if we have a code, the code is nothing but which we build using C or C++ or Python or Java. So this is generally called as a source code. So if I give source code to the compiler, so compiler will be automatically generate an object code. So the object code is nothing but it will be understand by the compilers. Okay, so it will be understood by, for particularly like Java. Okay, so if you take Java means if you are generating one .java file, so that is, if you are saving your program as a .java file, if you are running that Java file, it will be converted in the object code type. Then we need to check the output. Okay, so here high level mapped into the low level language. Okay, so high level will be converted into the low level language, and then multiple steps we have. So like high level to assembly and assembly to machine language. Okay, so if you change into high level to assembly languages also, then after assembly language changing into the assembly language, I will be directly converted into the machine language. Okay, so like that it will be programmed. So automatically the compiler will be programmed itself. Okay, so in the next one, what is object code? So object code is nothing but like compilers will generally produce like machine code. Okay, so machine code means we need the machine want to understand. Okay, so object code based upon for example, if you run your Java file, so it will be converted into an object code only. So that is, if you are which class you are using in your program, that is main class. So main class will be automatically name it as a that object code file name. Okay, so like this we have. And then what is the advantage of interpreters? So before we interpreters nothing but it's like a line by line execution. Okay, so interpreter will be have some specific type like machine independent, and no need to specify the compiler for each machine. Okay, so if you machine independence means we don't need to tell, for example, if you are importing one time any packages means we don't need to import again and again for each and every time during running. But if it is an whole compilation process means we need to import again and again. So that is one thing. And then code compiled of any machine can run under any with interpreter. Okay, so after if you are, for example, if you are using first of all you need to know platform independent. Okay, so I will give you the introduction next slide. Okay, about this, what is platform independent and what we can do with that platform independence and all, then you will be definitely understood. So this is the advantage of interpreters. And the disadvantage of interpreter is like if you are typing the code more than 100 lines or more than 10 times of code you need to type, and then you need to check the output for all the 100 lines of the code means it's difficult, and it still need to enter the each machine. Okay, so that is getting output from the interpreter is difficult. Okay, so that's why we are using now compilers. Okay, so here next one, why we are using Java. So that is important. Why? Because still we have different type of languages came like Perl, Python, and then Kotlin, Ruby. Some different type of languages will be there, but still Java is trending. Okay, right? Not a trending, it's in a constant, right? So it's not going down. It's constant only. Why? Because Java based on Java only we created n number of systems. Like first we created using Java some appliance, home appliance and all for Java code only we are used. And then even in our mobile phones, first we used keypad mobile phones. For that purpose and all we are used Java code only. So most of the in this world it's based upon the Java, working based upon the Java. Okay, so that's why it's a another thing. The main thing is it's after we done this one, after we introduced Java, you started to use Java. Java is the only program we started to use World Wide Web also, that is www. Okay, so we used even web pages also using Java. Why? Because the Java will be give the graphics capabilities, and then machine independent, and then small language easy to implement. Okay, so that's why we are using Java still. And then why not Java? So Java is generally outdated. Okay, outdated means mostly it's like outdated one, and we are like its growing size is small, and then the compilation speed also slow compared to any other any other languages. Okay, not only particularly Python, any other languages. So that's why it's a why don't need to Java. Okay, some silent future of characteristics of Java. First one, if you hear the word Java means most of the persons will be tell it's a platform independent. Okay, so what is platform independent? It's nothing but, for example, if you are developing one code in your PC, okay, so in your PC, the PC will be supported by OS of Windows. Okay, for example, we will take a Windows OS. In Windows we will build on Java code. So if I compile, if I have a Java virtual machine in my, if I have a JDK, that is if you need to run the Java code, we need JDK. So using JDK, I am running the code. Okay, so after running the code, automatically the Java virtual machine Java JDK will be produce one byte code. Okay, so we can run that byte code in not only in same platform, that is in Windows platform, we can run the code in different platforms. Okay, so that is platform independent. So we can develop the code and we can run the code any way. Okay, any platform. So that is Java is a platform independent and it's an object oriented type. It is generally they will call as a OOPS concept. So OOPS concept is nothing but it's having only with n number of classes and which is grouped together by all the data. So with the classes it will be grouped to by all the data, and we can extend even using new classes also. Okay, so it's an object oriented program and it's designed by using core language and commonly available packages. Okay, so it's designed for core language and commonly available, and it's mainly used in embedded web page. So this is the most important feature of Java. And then we enter into the Java programming session and we will see one by one how we are using Javas, and at last we will check it out in real time how we can use Java programming language for some other task. Okay, different type of tasks like converting our string into an integer like that. Okay, so here if you take a Java program, it will be applicable. Generally they will applicable for standalone and then compiler and then interpreter. Okay, so generally they will use it for this purpose, but we have advanced Java also. The advanced Java is nothing but like applets and servlets. Okay, like that we are having some advanced Java also. So based upon those things we can develop the code also. Okay, generally they will call us applets and then they will springs and servlet like that. It's an advanced Java, but mostly the application of Java is used to develop an standalone application and compile and then run with interpreter. Okay, so this is the thing we are using for Java programming language. And here we have one simple program. So this program is represent how the Java program we will build. Okay, so if we want to build a simple Java program, what are the main parts we need? Okay, so here you can see here I am using some here I am displaying some line of codes of Java. In that first line we are using public. Okay, so public is nothing but it's just giving like it will be as a specifier. Generally it's called as a specifier. So as a specifier is nothing but how you can use those class. Okay, so you can use this class generally, that is globally you can use the class, or you can use the class privately, or you can use the class protected. So generally as a specifier here mainly three type of way we can use, like public, private, protected. So first of all we need to define the class which type of as a specifier. Then after that, if you need to create a class, you need to give the name class. Okay, so here I am declaring the name class, then I am declaring the class name hello world. Okay, so here as a specifier, here class, because now I am creating a new class, so we need to use class. Then after that this is class name. Okay, so this is the first line of code represent what we are doing. Then after you done this, we need to open the class, right? So if you need to open the class, we need to use this curly bracket. But if you need to in Python, for example I am showing, if you need to in Python, if you need to open any class means you just need to give colon. Okay, so the colon is there, but here totally is different. We need to use curly bracket. Then after that, if you need to skip the statement, if you need to comment, you can use like this, a simple application. So this is the way you can comment the line. So for explanation purpose, you need to give, for example, you are typing this 2 line. So for this 2 line, you need to give a explanation, means you can use the front slash and then you can type your command. Okay, so this is the way you can give the command. And we have public static void main. Okay, so this is the main function. So using this main function only, we are declaring the values. Okay, so public static void main and string arg. So each and if you are running the code, if you are running this code, particular code, automatically it will be first, the compiler will be moves to this part only, that is public static void main. Okay, so using this only we are going to the compiler will be going to read the things. Okay, the next one, system.out.println. Okay, so the println, this one new line, then printing statement. So generally we will use in C program, C or C++ program, like as include studio stdio.h, that is standard input and output, right? So standard input and output we are declaring, and then yesterday conio.h. Okay, that is for, so like that we are using some header files, like, so like same thing only, if you need to print the statement, you need to use those things. Okay, system.out.println, then we will get an output here. Okay, so hello world. So this is general normal program, but I will teach you at last how we can do for example converting the character to string or string to character, like that. Okay, so just it's the introduction only. After this presentation I will tell you how we can do. Then Java processing and execution. So if you are type this code and save this file as a a.java file. For example, I am saving this file as a a.java file, means here what is the class name? Hello world. Okay, so this is the main class name, right? So if you are running that code a.java, otherwise you can assume that we have saved that previous code line as a model.java. Okay, so when you run this model.java file, automatically the source code will be compiled into an byte code. Okay, automatically the source code will be compiled into an byte code, and then the byte code, the compiler which generating the byte code, that byte code will be saved as a model.class. That is, what is the class name you are using in this Java file, model.java file, that main class name will be produced automatically placed here, and then .java file. Okay, so the output file, one of the file per class. Okay, one file per class, and then maybe standalone or part of an IDE. Okay, so this is what it will be working, that is running procedure in Java programming language. Okay, so not only for Java, if you take any language, the procedure of running the code is different. So this is the way we can apply this, applicable for Java programming language. Okay, so we need Java virtual machine to load and execute the files. So generally, if you need to run any Java program in your PC, we need to install the JDK. So JDK is nothing but Java development kit. Okay, so you need to first install the Java development kit. During install time itself, you can give the path. Okay, so give the command prompt as a path, then you can use your CMD, you can run it directly. Okay, so this is the way you can do it. Then here we have an architecture how the compiler is executing. So we like if you are having a source file, the source file will be given to the compiler platform. Okay, so your platform, that is important. So according to your own PC platform, we can give it to the compiler. Then compiler will be generated into the byte code. So after we generate into the byte code, JVM for your platform. That is, if you are using an Windows, we need to install the Windows JVM, or if you are using an Mac OS, you need to install the Mac OS, then you can run this bytecode in every machine. So that is generally they called as a Java is a platform independent. Okay, so here we will see about classes and objects. So class and object is nothing but first of all we will see class. So class is nothing but it's a unit of programming. Okay, unit of programming means all the program structures and methods and objects will be saved in the name of class only. Okay, so each class definitely have some objects. Okay, so each class describes some object. So object is nothing but like common characteristic, that is blueprint of that class, otherwise instant have this same characters anything. So but definitely we have object. Then most characteristics are like data fields or methods. Method is here nothing but also called as a function. Okay, so method or function. Okay, so each class have like this. Then we need to grouping the classes using API. So if you are using n number of classes in your programming language, we need to use API method, that is application programming interface method, and we can compile grouping all the classes together, then we can run the code. So like for small code or extensive collection of packages. Okay, so generally we will use some other packages in our Java programming language. So some of them are like Swing. Okay, Swing is nothing but it's a graphical user interface. So we can use this one graphical user if you need to develop a desktop application, that is like for your desktop installation. Otherwise only it's oriented about without server you need to develop one application, means we can use Swing packages and you can develop the GUI. And if you need to use more n number of GUI that with a rich look, means you can use application Windows toolkit, that is AWT. So this is also one of the graphical user interface only. And anything related to the data structure or data frame means you can use utility. Okay, so now generally they will call as a util. So these are the statement packages available. Not only these three packages, we have a lot of even more. So if you need to import those packages, you need to make available of your class and method with another packages. Okay, so that is important. And next one, primitive data types. Okay, so if you are taking general any programming language, we have this data types. This data types is important generally. Okay, why? Because if you take an Python, we have one compared to Java, we have few number of data types only. Okay, so here we have a lot of data types. Okay, so we will see one by one what are the data types available in Java. So here generally if you are they have two kind of entities like primitive types and object types. Okay, so primitive types means it will be in like default. Okay, default means for example you have a one word, otherwise you have one letter, means for those letter we definitely have some primitive values, that is ASCII values or something. Okay, so that is primitive type. And object type is nothing but which you are saving. Okay, so which is the type you are saving. So primitive type is stored in a primitive type of variable, and then object type will be stored in physically or physically only. Okay, so physically we can save that one as a stack or object. Okay, so stack is nothing but stack is like first come first, so like that we can save as a stack within one sequence, and otherwise we can save it as a object type. So like this way we can save our data types and objects. Okay, so here we will see what is primitive type. So primitive type in numbers. Okay, so primitive type in numbers we will call as generally they will call as numbers, characters and boolean values. Okay, so primitive type is nothing but numbers, characters and boolean values. In numbers we have integer and real numbers and characters. Okay, so integer is nothing but like byte, short, int and long, and then we have a real numbers, float and double, and then characters char. Okay, so here we have a primitive type range. So between this range only we are using the primitive type. So bytes will be a 128 to 137, that is minus 2 plus. So totally the bytes will be have 8 bit of storage memory space, and sort, that is sort is the one of the data type. So it will be have minus 32 768 to 32 767, that is 16 bit digit. So each sort will be represent 16 bit, and integer is 32 bit, and we have long integer also, not only a single integer. So we have long integer also. So long integer will be have 64 bit. Okay, then we have a float. So the float generally we will take from the starting to ending here, this one, and 6 digits precision, and then double we have 15 digit precision. Okay, so here we have boolean. So boolean normally true or false only. So these are the primitive types we are having. Then if you take a primitive types, means we have like this, each and every data have some values. Okay, for example, if you take a 1, means the 1 will be represented as a binary value like 0031. Okay, 2 will be 0032, like that we have some primitive data types values. Okay, and then we have operators. So operators is nothing but like subscript. Okay, so if you do any subscript, that is if you do any process, means you need to use this square bracket. If you are doing any function wise calling parameters or call by value, call by reference, I think this one most of the persons will be know what is the use of call by value and call by reference. Like that you need to call any function, means you can use like this. And member access, that is as specifiers like public, private or protector, like that. And we have a increment and decrement also. Okay, so if you want to increment, you can use plus plus symbol to pre-increment. For example, if you have a plus plus, if you are doing, means this is the post increment. If you want to do pre-increment, means plus plus a, it's a pre-increment. Okay, like this we can do for plus plus or minus minus. And boolean complement also. Okay, so like not equal to, or equal to, or greater than or equal to, like that also we can boolean complement means yes or no, that is true or false we can check. And bitwise complement using negation and unary, and then typecasting. So typecasting is important. Why? Because if you are saving the variable, any variable with low bit, for example, if you are saving the variable using integer type of bit, okay, so using general integer type of bit, so here we have 32. Okay, so if we want to do with sort, converting this into a sort, means we need even more plus another one sort, right? So we need to call sort separately, then we need to add all the integer to sort. So like this we need to add another more sort if you want to save the integer bit to sort, means. Okay, so like that type we need to use typecasting. And then object creation, and like multiplication, division and addition, and shifting. So shifting is important, like signed and unsigned. So signed and unsigned is like negative values or positive values, like that. We have some other operators. Totally we have not only 9, we have even more. So here you can see 14 operators will be logical operators and logical sequential operators. Okay, so this is the thing we are using in Java programming language. Okay, so this is the operators we are using. Then type compatibility and conversion. So we can easily convert the bytes into an short to an integer, and integer to long. So otherwise we can do int to float or double. Okay, so this is only we are going to see in real time. Okay, so I will tell you how we can convert like character to string or anything. Okay, so I will tell you. Here we can see how we can declare the variables. So for example, if you want to declare the new variable, you need to use the data type name and then your variable name. Okay, so here I am giving only a data type name and a variable name. Then again I am declaring and what is that variable name represent. Okay, so n into n means that is square. So if you want to use double cube means that is n into double square. So this is the generally we can declare the variables. Okay, so this is the way you can declaring the variables, then reference and creating an object. Okay, so here how we can declaring the object. Okay, that is important, because if you are declaring any variable name and if you are giving any object or string, any integer or string means automatically it will be saved according to the variable name. Okay, so you can do with these things, reference and creating an object, like declaring the reference variable and same time. So let me see this type conversion. So this one, let me see this type conversion in real time, how it's working. Okay, so for that purpose I am using online. So here you can see I already opened my compiler using online. So here we have already code. So this code will represent like my, here I am creating a simple code for my class, and here we have mains output and then x, y, z. So this is a simple code about just printing the, if I execute this code means I will be get an output 35. So this is the simple code, but now I am creating the code for how we can convert our code into the byte. Okay, so how we can convert. So I am telling you how we can convert. So for that purpose I am creating one new class name. The new class name is like character to string. Okay, so character to string. I am creating a new class name, then I am opening the class. Then after opening the class, same this same thing, only public static void main string args, and then open and close bracket. So here I am opening the main. After opening the main, I don't need this, so because I am creating a new one. So here I am typing the code. So what is the main name? Characters to string. So I need using some character I will convert it into a string. So here I am giving one character value. So I am declaring the data type name. What is the data type name? I am saving in this variable. So I am saving the in ch variable one character. The character is like a. Okay, so I am declaring the character. Then after that I am using a string. I am using string. Okay, so string, that is I am converting the character into string. So I am declaring another one data type. In that data type I need to save the file as a string. Okay, so that is why I am using here string. But here you can see the for character I am getting the color different, but string I am getting the color different. Why? Because the Java language is a case sensitive language. So if you are using S, capital S, then automatically that change. Okay, so here I am using the class character. Okay, so using the character dot to string to then string capital S. Okay, so to string I am converting, that is which I am having in character variable, I am converting that into a string, then I am saved in str. Okay, so this is the program for this. Then I am here opening the function. Here I am passing the variable, that is parameter ch. Here I am passing. After I am passing it, just I am printing using the print statement. I already have a print statement here. Just I am copying the print statement and here I am declaring, but I am changing here the statements, like here instead of this I will use string is. Okay, the string is, then plus my in which variable I am saving my string, str, right? Str. Okay, so system dot output println string dot str plus str. Okay, so now I will execute this code and you will see the output. Here we can see I am converting my character. Okay, I converted the character into an string and save it as a string value. Okay, so like this we can convert even more another method also. This is the method I am using here. Like method 1 is nothing but it's like using toString function, right? So this is the one of the method I am using here. Using toString function. But we can apply another one method also. It is method 2. So method 2 is all about using another one type of function. So method 2, this is using like value of. Okay, using the function the value of. Okay, so this is the function, inbuilt function. This also I will use this function also. I will convert the thing. So as usual, same line of code here also. Like I am using a string. Okay, then I have the same str I am saving. Then I am using same string and then I am calling the value of. Okay, so I already told you method 2 also is there. It is using value of. So I am using a value of. Then I am passing my data. Okay, I am passing the data using value of. After this I am typing system.out.println. This is the line. So this is the method 2. We can use value of and then we can print the output. Method 2. Okay, so here same thing I am passing string. Otherwise we can use here string 2 and here we will pass string 2. Then I am executing the line. I am getting the output A. So here like this we can convert our string, our character. Okay, our character into an string. Otherwise string into an character. So easy. So now we comes to know how we can convert our character into the string. Then it's easy to convert our string into a character. So how we can convert string into a character means by using the same thing only, but we need to use the length. Okay, so length of the string we need to first find. After we are finding the length of the string, then you need to convert your string. So this is the way we can do the different, that is we can convert our string to character and to string. Okay, so this is actually I am using here online compiler. Okay, so compiler, here we have options of how we can apply the JDK. Okay, so JDK 1, what is the JDK we can use, and here we have standard inputs and command line argument also. So here we have different way, so how we can save the file, and we have options, lot of options. So this is the online compiler I am using here. and we can execute like different way, like this way. This is the one view, and another one we have a view like this. Okay, so it's sponsored by Microsoft only, so you can try this in your things. Okay, now we comes to our PPT presentation session, and now this is finished off how we can convert. And we have Java control statements also. The Java control statement is all about like we can control our execution by using the Java statement. Okay, but before going to control statement, you need to know what is the use of the brackets. So open bracket and close bracket is nothing but opening and closing the statement, and statement will be executed always by the iteration, like 1, 2, 3, 4, that n number of iterations, and control statement will alter the sequential flow of execution. Okay, so here we have control statement like if else. So if else is one of the most important statement, control statement, not only in Java programming language, in every programming language, because it will be make the decision making, generally they will call us. So if else statement, and we have a switch statement. So switch statement we have like decision with scalar values or any other. So here you can see we have a if statement syntax. So if we need to give the condition, and after the condition you need to open and close the bracket, and we have a switch statement, and we need to select the which part you need. This what is the statement you need to label, and we have out opening and close, and we have while we have according to the condition, that is while loop is specify the repetition of the conditions. Okay, in a header loop. So if it is a repetition is there, means we need to use while loop. And then we have for loop. So for loop we have totally 3 parameters. One is initialization. Important initialization is what is the initialization of your starting initialization of your data, and then here condition, that is you need to increment or decrement, you need to give the condition, and then updates. Okay, so like that we are using if or for loop. Then we have only one control statement, that is do while loop. Using do while loop we will run the combination of while loop and do statement. Okay, so is used to loop to specify the repetition of condition after the loop body. Okay, so this is the thing we can do with Java control statement. And method is nothing but generally they will call as functions. Okay, so the function will be also called as like these methods. So generally they will have like different type of methods like static or dynamic, and we have call by value type of methods and call by reference type of method. Okay, so using those types of method we can call anything, and we can check an output how it's working. Then we have not only method means nothing, not only our creating methods, so we already have inbuilt methods also, like numerical method. So if you need only numerical related data, means you can use numerical method, or if you need to do any exponential, means you can use exp, or if you need to do any logarithmic type of function, means you can use other like that. We can even square root also we have, or you need to find the tan value, tan theta or cos theta, like that differentiation function you need to find, means you can use the inbuilt functions. And if you need to do power, that is power of 3 or power of 4, like that you need to do, means you can use power function. Okay, so these are some inbuilt function, we can use those inbuilt function and find the output. So we don't need to type the code for example, if you need to find the power of 2 into 2, means we can easily declare first what is the power value and next what is the power value, then we can find out the output. But if you want to declare, means you need to multiply with 2, like that it will be go long code, also some line it will be take. So it's easy way to do this process. And then escape sequence is nothing but it's like if you want to print any statement using print statement, we can use like this. If you want to print in a new line, you can use /n. If you want to give any tab space means you can use slash t and then backslash character and double quotes. If you are using, if you want to print and